Welcome everybody. Good morning. We are welcoming you to the Samsung Gear S3 watch face overview. For this session, we'll be focusing mostly on the designer tool for watch faces. So this is a very good webinar for designers or people that do not have any coding experience. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping items. If you have any questions for us during the presentation, feel free to post them in the Q&A box, and we will be answering them at the end. If you have any technical issue during the webinar, you cannot listen to us, you cannot see the slides, also please post them in the Q&A box for assistance. The session will be recorded and we'll be sharing the presentation and all the material presented in our website at Samsung Developers webpage. And please don't forget to provide feedback before you leave the session. You will be prompted with few questions at the end. We value your feedback, and it's critical for us to continue to improve these webinars. Just before we get started, we have a quick question for everybody that has joined. Basically, we want to know if you have heard about Gear Watch Designer tool before. So you will see on the screen thumbs up, thumbs down. If you have heard about it before, please give us a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down, just to get an idea of what's the experience of the audience that is joining us today. And yep, just one more minute to wait for more people to join, and we'll get started. Okay, so 80% of our participants have heard about the designer tool before, so it's very good. You know what it is, so now we're going to get a little more into detail of what you can do with it and how you can actually make some money with Gear devices and creating amazing content for Gear S3 or Gear S2. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned, this is the Samsung Gear S3 watch face overview. My name is Gaby Rojas, and I'm here with Kavita Gopalan. We are part of Samsung Developer Program Team and also part of the Samsung Electronics America Content and Services Division. So let's get things set first. How can we help you? Basically, our Samsung Developer Program Team is based in Mountain View, California. We are part of the Developer Support Team, and we are here to help you with your Android, your Tizen projects, if you are integrating our Galaxy SDKs, our Tizen Wearables SDKs, creating watch faces with the editor or theme editor. If you are trying to submit your application to Galaxy Apps, or if you have any kind of a request for promotion of your applications, we are here to help you. So please register to the Samsung Developer Program for free. That will allow you to create tickets either for technical support or for promotion requests. And as usual, if you have any kind of feedback, you can contact us anytime. Here's also my personal email from Samsung. You can reach out at gg.rojas@samsung.com. Regarding these webinars, well, we have had a couple of sessions in the past. You might be familiar already with the content that we have presented. For today, we start right now with the designer tool watch face overview. Later today, we'll have a session mostly for developers where we will be talking about also watch faces, but this time the development using Tizen Studio. And then for the last wearables webinar, well, the last one will be web widget development. That's until March 23rd. Our next webinar is going to be Samsung in-app purchases and promotion opportunities with Galaxy Apps. That one we have it scheduled for February 9th. And after that, we will have themes overview and theme editor, also very good for designers. If you're interested in creating watch faces, theme editor is also another way to create content for consumers, very popular right now. That webinar will have it by February 23rd. The registration for these webinars is open, so we encourage you to go and register because there's a limit for the participants. So let's talk a little bit about the wearables market. If you have joined the previous sessions, you might be familiar with this information, but still, I think it's very important to get an idea of what the ecosystem is. So in the past few years, smartwatches have been growing pretty fast. In overall the wearable industry, we can see in this slide, the smartwatch growth and also the fitness band, and we also forecast that it's going to continue to grow. So very popular market. Samsung has been leading this smartwatches market. We have released few iterations already of our devices, the latest one being Gear S3, and we plan to continue to invest in it and to continue to grow the ecosystem. Few key metrics that we need to consider. Right now, the install base, well, at least by end of 2016, of Tizen wearables running the platform 2.3, that's basically Gear S2, Gear S3, it was around 3 million. This is a number that is coming from IDC. The demography for Gear S2, which was the most popular device last year, we also have now Gear S3, is 80% male in their 20s and to 40s. So when you create content, especially watch faces, that is to customize the device, that's very good information to keep in mind that most of your consumers are going to be male in their 20s and 40s. The number of downloads per device within the first 6 months, it's around 8 or more apps, and 80% of those applications are watch faces. So what does that mean? When a user goes and buys a device, a smartwatch, the first thing they want to do is customize it, right? So they are investing a lot of money in getting the cutest, well, no, I wouldn't say cutest, the nicest smart watches that can give them all the functionality that they need. Top markets, USA is number 1, Europe and Korea. So there's a lot of growth. You can also publish your watch face globally, but these are mainly the markets that are consuming the most. The recommended price points for watch faces are 99 cents and $1.99. Still, you can set the price that you want, but this is just a recommendation from what we see in the store, what's selling. We also have a very curated store. We like to promote content. Usually we rotate it around every 2 weeks. So we have a criteria to promote different kind of content. It's based on the brand, the usability, the number of downloads, optimized experience for gear. So basically we want quality content in our store because we know that's what consumers are looking for. Speaking of content, well, right now we have available, by end of 2016, we have available 14,000 content in the store, but we still believe it is going to continue to grow, especially now that Gear S3 is out and there are more capabilities that we can take advantage of. In terms of what apps are already in the store, well, we have major players based in different categories: watch faces, entertainment, connected car, airlines, sports, news, even IoT. So things like Spotify has their own app already for the Gear S3, Uber, which is a very nice experience. We recommend that you check it out. We also have BMW, we have Facer that has very nice watch faces, Korean Air, CNN, NPR, One, ESPN. So we have a lot of good applications already in the store, and we see that it's going to continue to grow. Now, popularity of preloaded watch faces in Gear S3. This is just to give you an idea of the kind of designs that are popular. Gear S3 comes with these preloaded watch faces, and we are just checking which ones are being used the most, right? So on the top, you can see the most popular ones. On the bottom are the least popular ones. As you can start seeing, as I mentioned earlier, most of the users are guys. So you're going to see that the watch faces that are used the most are very masculine with dark colors, right? Just something more subtle. Now, in terms of data from Galaxy apps, we also try to see which ones are the most popular watch faces. Here's an example, and again, it's the same trend. You see very sophisticated watch faces with a lot of information, looking very technological, and you can provide a lot of data to the user all in a small watch face, right? Then the next one. We're going to go through the device overview, a little bit of the technical specifications, but before that, we want to do another pulse check. So we just want to hear from you. Have you designed a watch face, a gear watch application before? Let's just give some time for people to answer for the pulse check. It's looking pretty even. We'll see. So we have 72% of the persons that reply. Oh, it's growing. Well, almost the same. Some of you have 50-50, I will say, close to 50-50. Have designed a gear application or a watch face, or some other haven't. So I think this is a good session to get started or to learn more about it. So now it's the turn of Kavita to go through the device overview.
Thank you, Gabby. Hello, everyone. This is Kavita. Thank you for joining the webinar. So today we are going to focus about the Gear Watch Designer tool, how to create watch face application using the Gear Watch Designer. So let's get some very high level information about the devices, the Tizen wearable devices. So this is for people who have not used Gear S2 or Gear S3 before. As you can see, if you get the watch, the main home page is where your watch face application is shown. So that would be the home page, default page that will be displayed. When you rotate the bezel to the right side, that's where you will see all the different kinds of widgets, like a weather widget or a music player, etc. And when you rotate your bezel to the left side of the watch face, there you will be able to see all the notifications that your Gear watch received. When your watch is paired with your phone, all the notifications that come to your phone is automatically relayed to the Gear watch. So as long as you have enabled the notification settings. And also there are two buttons in the watch. The bottom button is called the home button. When you click the home button, you'll be able to see the app tray. That's where all the full-fledged applications reside. You can browse over it and click on it to open any application. And the top button is the back button. It just takes you to the back page from your current page. So this is the basic functionality of how to use the Gear S2 watch. And let's see what are different models available on Gear S2 models. We have sports version and classic version, and they also come in different flavors like Bluetooth version and 3G version. So the Bluetooth version, as the name suggests, it has only Bluetooth connectivity. So you can pair with your phone over Bluetooth. Or it also has Wi-Fi connectivity. If you have a Wi-Fi available then your watch can directly connect to the Wi-Fi as well. So mostly this would Bluetooth device will act like a companion to your phone. And we have another version which comes with a 3G embedded SIM in it. So it also has a GPS chip and a speaker. So it totally acts like a standalone device. All the applications that are installed on the 3G version can function on its own. Does not have much dependency over the phone. Similarly, Gear S3 comes with two different look and feel. We have Classic and Frontier. Classic comes only in Bluetooth, and Frontier comes in both the flavors, either Bluetooth or LTE version. So the only difference is all Gear S3 devices, irrespective of the models, has a speaker and GPS chip in it. So you can develop applications which require more accurate location information, or you can also have music player application. So it does not have to depend on phone to hear a music or anything like that. So since Gear S3 was released recently, so these are some of the information that will be valuable for developers and designers. So the new feature introduced is web widgets. So now you can develop widgets using web APIs. Before it was only possible to develop using native APIs. And then we also have the speech to text APIs. And as I mentioned before, all devices of Gear S3 comes with GPS and speaker. And then we have also opened up Gear in-app purchase. So you can use this API, and if you want to sell any product from within your application, you can use this APIs. So let's talk about the watch face. So as I mentioned earlier, watch face is the main home page that is displayed on the watch. It has limited functionality when compared to the other web applications, like only tap or double tap functionality might work. And a watch face can be in two states. It can be an active watch face or an always on watch face state. Active watch face means the watch will be displayed only when your display is active, and it can be displayed with full color. Always on state means that your watch face will always be displayed. Since this watch face will be displayed all the time, we have some guidelines that needs to be followed when you develop always on mode. We would like to keep the color and the brightness limited, and it is better if we do not update the screen every second. So these are some of the restrictions that we need to keep in mind. Excuse me. So now let's talk about the tools. GearWatch Designer is one-stop shop for all the designers who have the design resources. They can create the watch face application and then align all the content in the watch face, build an application and submit in the store. Sorry about that. So these are some of the features available in the tool. It has all the features that is necessary for you to develop a watch face application. You can create a watch face for various kinds of gear devices like Gear S, Gear S2, Gear S3 or Gear Fit 2. So the interface for the GearWatch Designer tool is very similar to the other design tools that you'll be using. So it is very easy to learn and start creating an application. Some of the additional features are you can add components and other objects, like if you want to add battery indicator or step count, like how many steps the user has walked throughout the day. So you'll be able to even add those kind of information using this tool. You can also get sensor data like heart rate data, pedometer, etc. Apart from this, you will also be able to add animations if you have a sequence of PNG images. And this tool also helps you to create your author and distributor certificate and makes the process of creating a certificate very easy. And once you have designed and built the application, you can test almost all the features using the emulator that is built along with the tool. So this is how you use this tool. So you can use your own design tools to design the background or whatever resources you feel you need to create the watch face application. And then you can use GearWatch Designer tool to align it onto your watch face. You can build it, and then you can also create different watch face states like always on mode or active state, normal watch face, etc. And then you will also be able to publish the application. So now let's get started with the actual tool. I'm going to show you we are going to work on the actual tool right now. So let's see, I'm trying to do my screen share. Okay, there you go. So this is the GearWatch Designer tool. Well, what I'm going to do is to create a new project, click File, New Project. Here you can click New, and I'm going to create a watch face sample for Gear S2, Gear S3 device, and give some name for your application. I'm just going to say it's a sample because we're just creating a sample, and specify where you want to save this application and click OK. Okay, so looks like this already exists. Okay, so the first thing I would like to add is a background. On the left side of the tool, you'll be able to see the component window. That's where you have a lot of icons, which helps you to add different components onto your watch face. And on the right side, you'll be able to see the properties window. So once you click the component, you'll be able to see the properties on the properties window. So let's go ahead and add background. Click the background icon on the component window, and I'm going to import my own image. So click the background image and click open. So one thing I would like to mention here is I have already created all the design resources, and I have pasted it into the Gear Watch Designer tools path, file path. Usually the Gear Watch Designer is installed in C drive, program files, C drive, program files 86, and you'll be able to see Gear Watch Designer folder. And then there is a folder called resource, RES. So what I did is I created my own folder here called the webinar image, and I have pasted all the image resources here. So I would suggest you to do the same. Create a folder inside the Gear Watch Designer Tools resource folder, and you can save all the image resources here. Now let's go back to the tool. So I have already added my background. Let's add index. Click import resource webinar image, and this is my index resource. So I'm going to just use my mouse to click and drag to the right position. So this icon is the pivot. So if initially it's not displayed, you can click the image, right click, and when you click the view button, you can select to show pivot. So pivot is the point upon which this needle is going to rotate on. So it's going to be X and Y. So I'm just going to move it here and set the properties of the hand. Okay, let's add, oh sorry, I clicked the wrong image. So I need to add the index. So click here and add index. This is my index image, and now let's add the watch hand. So this is my hover hand. Position it in the center of the watch face and move the pivot to wherever I think is the right position, and then select the property in the properties window. So this would be my hover hand. So it has the right property. Now I'm going to add the minute hand. Let's click and drag and move it to the right position and adjust the pivot and change the property to minute in the properties window. Then let's add the seconds hand and do the same. I'm going to adjust the pivot here. Change the property to second in the minute. So save the project, and if you want to run and see how it looks, you can see the run icon on the menu bar on the top right hand side. When you click that, it will run your application automatically on the emulator. So this is how your watch looks in the emulator. I just have to adjust the seconds hand a little bit, I think. Okay. So now you have the basic watch face application running. That's how simple it is. And now let's try and add a component. So I would like to add a battery indicator in my watch face, and now let's see how to add the battery indicator. So to add the battery indicator component, I'm going to use my own images. So click the image icon from the component window on the left side and browse to the image folder wherever you have saved it and select all the images. I have 10 images and I have another image. I have 10 battery indicator images because I'm going to change battery level for every 10%. So 0 to 10% I'm going to show one image, and 10 to 20 I'm going to show another image, and something like that up to 100%. Place. I have another transparent image, so I'm going to make it clickable. So I'm going to talk about it in a bit. I'm going to select all the battery indicator images and position it in the right place. Okay. So there you go. So now it is in the right position, and you can see at the bottom of the screen, this is the timeline. So when you click the image, I'm going to activate all the battery indicator images. So just select all of them, click and drag it in the timeline, and activate it. Usually you might have to activate it. Now it is already activated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and I'm going to hide it because I need to show images one at a time. So initially hide all of them, and I'm going to show image 1 when the battery percentage is from, oops, sorry. So I'm sorry. So if you see in the timeline, you see a plus icon. So click the plus icon and select the battery. So now you will be able to see from 0 to 100% in the timeline. So now let us go ahead and activate all of the images in the battery timeline. Activate, and initially I'm going to hide all of them, and I'm going to show each and every image based on the percentage. So image 1 should be shown from 0 to 10, and right click and show, and image 2 from 10 to 20%, right click and show. So I'm going to do the same thing for all 10 images. 20 to 30, 30 to 40, this one would be 40 to 50, and then the last one would be displayed when the battery percentage is from 90 to 100. So now we have shown which image should be activated when, and if you want to try and see if it's working fine, let's run it in the emulator. Go click the data. So as you can see, the battery indicator is working fine based on the percentage of the battery level. Okay. So now we have the basic watch face working along with the battery indicator component. So there you have already implemented the two features in your watch face, and now let's see how to implement the different states of the watch face. So this would be your normal watch face, and now if you want to create your always on mode, you can click the project menu on the menu bar, and you can see an option called always on state. There are two always on states. It can be either a high bit color or a low bit color. Low bit color has limited background images, like it can only take dark background and those kind of restrictions. High bit color is little bit more flexible. You have flexibility to add little bit more colors. For now, I'm going to create low bit color for this sample. So as you can see in the top right hand corner, it shows us in which state of the watch face we are in. So right now the always on mode is activated. So what I'm going to do is click the background icon, and I'm going to change the background for this. I'm just going to use some dark background that is available from the default images, and I don't want the seconds hand, so I'm going to click hand 3 and delete it. So I just need to have hour hand and the minute hand for this, and I'm also going to remove all these battery indicators because I don't want to show the battery indicator when my watch is on always on mode. I'm just going to click and delete them. So this is how my always on watch face will look. If you want to try and see how it is, you can always click the run icon on the menu bar and see how it works. You can also change to normal mode, low bit. Looks like low bit color. I'm going to change the background again. Active. This is my active state. Click the low bit always on mode and then change the background. So before I change the background for the active state by mistake, so I'm going to do that again. Let's see. I have changed the background, remove the two of them, hand 1 and hand 2, and then remove the battery indicator. Okay. Now let's see. This is the low bit color. This is the normal mode. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, for the for the always on active mode, you should make sure that the on pixel ratio is less than 15%. That is the criteria to save the power consumption. So this tool also shows what is the current pixel ratio. So it is less than 15%, so we are good to go. So that's pretty much it. So now we have created a basic watch face with the complication which shows the battery indicator, and we have also created two different states, the normal state and the always on mode. So now if you want to install it on your real device, you might have to create a certificate before you try to do that. So let's see how to create the certificate. Click the project icon. There you can see the author certificate option and generate a new certificate signing request. You can do that if you don't have an already existing certificate. Since my tool already has a certificate, it's asking me if it has to overwrite it. I'm just going to click yes, just to show how it looks to you. You need to provide all the information. And okay, let's click next. It will ask you to sign into your Samsung account. You have to, if you have not already created a Samsung account, you might have to create it, because to create a certificate you need a Samsung account. Let's see if this is my right. Okay. Okay, so we have created the author certificate. It is very important to, once you have created the author certificate, it will give you the P12 file. So it is very important to keep the author certificate file along with its password in a safe place, because if you need this information to publish your application in the seller office portal. So if you lose this, then I'm afraid there is no way to recover it. And then we should also create a distributor certificate. For this, you need you need to connect your Gear watch to the same Wi-Fi network as with your laptop. And then when you click this, let me show you this. You click this icon, run on device. That will scan the available Gear devices in your network. So if you have your Gear device and the laptop on the same Wi-Fi network, it should show up here. You can click that, and then right now I don't have any Gear devices, so it's not showing any Gear devices. Once you have them connected, when you click the distributor certificate, it will show the device DUID. And then when you follow the instructions, you'll be able to create a device certificate, and later you'll be able to install your watch face application onto the real device. So you can try it out and test it and see how it looks on your real device. Since I don't have the device here, I'm just going to close this. Come on. Ah. Okay. So there you go. Now you have all your application ready and your watch face is running fine. And if you want to go ahead and if you want to publish your application on the Gear Store, you can do that right from this tool. When you see on the menu bar on the top right hand side, there is an icon called the Upload to Market icon. So if you click that, it's going to redirect you to the Seller Office portal, and you can log in using your Samsung account and click Add Application. And since this is a Gear application, you can click the Gear and select your language and click Next. And here, once you provide all your application's information, you can click Submit, and then it goes through a QA process. Once your QA process is completed, your app will be live for the users to download throughout the world. I hope you can see that how easy it is to create a watch face using the Gear Watch Designer tool. Now it's back to Gabby.
Okay, thank you, Kavita. Just for everyone, the sample application that Kavita created with the designer tool, we also have a guide. Everything will be available, or everything's already available in our website. So for you to follow step by step, if you have any question, feel free to do it on your own and reach out to us with any question that you might have. If you run into any issue, we are here to help you. So Kavita already started talking about publishing. You make all this effort of creating a watch face. Now you need to get it out of the doors for consumers to actually go and either buy it or download it. So one way, the developer, the designer needs to submit their application, their watch face, via Seller Office. That's the website Kavita just showed. To log into Seller Office, you just need a Samsung account. That's a free account. You also use it to create a certificate. Basically, you need to register with an email and have a Samsung account. That's all it takes. And let's say you actually publish your application and it's in the store. So I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of how it will look. What's the actual store in the phones that users are browsing to get content for their Gear devices. So basically in Galaxy Apps, we have a section for Gear specific where you are going to see the content that is being featured. We have different brands according to different dates, like different kind of holidays. We also have a very specific watch face area where you can filter them out by different types of design if you want more of artistic or analog, digital, a little bit more based on sports, or just browse the top watch faces, the top free or paid. You can also do that there. We also have a content merchandising calendar where we basically are featuring content according to a holiday, like the next one will be Valentine's Day. So if you have any specific content that you will want to promote in our store, and please submit a ticket for promotion consideration. Our editorial team will review and get back to you with feedback about the promotion. The next one, well, you have your watch face in the store, it's live. What are the users going to see? We provide support to show a YouTube link where you can demonstrate the watch face look and feel and what functionality it has. You can also upload very good quality screenshots, provide a description of the watch face, continue the updates. Users can also rate it and add comments. You can reply to those comments. And it's a very good way just to hear about the audience. What are they saying about your watch face? What kind of feedback you are receiving? So right now, I just want to give you a quick video of what will the experience will be of someone browsing to the store, in this case, buying, and then installing their Gear device. So basically, we see the store. You can browse. As I mentioned, we have different content being featured. For example, we have the Snoopy right now over there. We have also Rilakkuma. We have the line friends in Galaxy. For example, very cute watch faces. There's Leonard, the Brown, And then let's say we go to the watch faces section. As I mentioned, we have different categories. You can just browse to the top watch faces, which ones are the most popular ones. And for example, let's select the first one. And here it is. This one costs $2. You can see the screenshots that the user has uploaded for people to see how it will look. You also have information about the version, if you can continue to update it, what's new, what's included in this one, new background or new kind of functionality, a description of your watch face. You can review the user comments. And let's say I want to buy it. And it basically goes through a regular process. You also need a Samsung account to log in to your Galaxy apps and purchase content. And it's just the basic things. It will ask you for a credit card or a PayPal, but once you register one of the payment methods, it will go through, and that's it. It's buying it. Just a reminder, we have the resources widget on the bottom right corner. If you want to access the different links where you can find all this information or start checking seller office, feel free to do so while we wait for the application to install. Depends on the size of the watch face. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit less, but it's pretty much a very straightforward process. So I have my phone paired to my Gear device at this point. So once it's installed, it will ask me if I want to apply it to my Gear device. At this point, I usually have the Gear device, the Gear watch face, the default one, and I'm trying to get some more stylized content. So let's see. So now I can apply it. That's the default one, and now boom, there it is. We have the new watch face, pretty straightforward, and it's ready to use. Okay, just to wrap it up, Kavita, you want to mention something?
Yes, so I forgot to show you one option in the Gear Watch Designer tool. So how to make the component clickable and launch launch another app if it's possible. So I'm going to do a screen share again to show my Gear Watch Designer tool. So let's see if we want to make this battery icon clickable, and if you want to launch the battery indicator application when the user taps on it, what we can do is click on the icon, and if you can see on the top right hand side of the properties window, you have the settings icon. When you click that, there is an option to set as button. So I'm going to set this as a button, and then there is an action. What action you can choose what action you would like to do. So for me, in this application, if a user taps on it, I want to open an application. So you can provide which application you want to open from the list provided below. So that's how. So what I have done here is I have made this icon clickable and made it as a button. When the user taps on it, I'm going to open an application called the battery status application. So that is another cool feature that you can add to your watch face application. Yep, that's about it.
So we are running a little bit out of time. So I know there were a few questions about the content. Well, we'll be sharing all the content, all the templates, the examples for you to review. Regarding the Samsung account, it's a free account. You can just register in the Samsung account website. And I know there are some other specific technical questions about the watch face, how we're creating. As usual, we will be reaching out to you through a ticket, so we get all the specifics, and we can have this conversation more detailed through emails. Next steps going from this webinar. So we have the content available for the past webinars. If you are interested in other wearable information, developing a web app for Gear S3 or just the product overview, As Kavita mentioned, Seller Office is the main portal for you to register your application, and it's going to be the gateway for publishing and making available in Galaxy apps. So we recommend you register in Seller Office as well. Any question, feedback, promotion requests that you might have, please submit it through Samsung Developer Program. Join our program, it's free, and we have a portal where you can submit tickets, and we will be in contact with you and helping you. For the next webinars, well, Samsung in-app purchases, February 9. That's mostly for mobile game developers. If you want to find ways to monetize and promote your application in Galaxy apps, this is a good session to attend. And after that, we will have Samsung Mobile Theme Editor, February 23rd, also very good for designers who are willing to create content in this occasion for the mobile device. We're going to have a quick survey being displayed once we finish this webinar. Please take 1 minute just to answer it. We appreciate your feedback. And that's all from our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you.